Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Anne Manera, and we are coloring again today. Live color along, still continuing on to color along volume 16. I've got to get this wire out of the way. It's bugging me. I'm using crayons this morning, just Crayola crayons. I have a brand new 16 pack, and we're going to use some olive oil. I'm using extra virgin olive oil from Whole Foods. Just a teeny tiny bit, you can barely even see it. So while we're waiting for everyone to get here, I wanted to do a couple of things and flip through. Well, first I have to share this, don't I? Let me get my phone and see if I can share this out. But good morning to everyone else, everyone that's already here. Sharon, oh, thank you, Sharon. Sharon says sound is good. Good morning to Mamie and to Bev. Who else? Alice. Good morning to Alice. Dawn's here already. Marianne is going to watch the replay because she's babysitting. Say hello to those little kids. I'm just going to get this shared out. Let's see if I can share it out to people. Let me see. I'm trying to share this out, and the first thing that pops up in my Facebook feed is Dawn's comment that she has never been to Chick-fil-A or Hobby Lobby. And you know what, Dawn? Neither have I. Matter of fact, the next town over from me, they're going to be putting in a Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Starbucks. Did you know about this, Sharon? What else are they putting there? Five Guys Burgers. I've never been to any of them. Alright, so let's see if I can share this. It won't let me do it that way. Alright, let's see if I do it a different way. Yeah, I have no interest in going to Hobby Lobby. Isn't that terrible? I've never been to Hobby Lobby, and I've never been to Chick-fil-A. I've never been to Chipotle. I've never been to Five Guys Burgers. I've never been to Starbucks. Right? Anybody else never been to any of these places? I do not eat, and I don't even, I want to say I rarely go out to eat, but I really don't go out to eat. So, especially if it's something like that. Like a fast foodish type place. Paisley would like to go out to eat, but I don't know. Five Guys is great. Is it? That whole thing. Here. Yeah, I've never been to Starbucks. Sharon's been to Hobby Lobby. Yeah, what do they have at Five Guys? Is it just burgers and fries? Is it like Yes, Sharon. Across from Shaw's. You know where the Chinese restaurant is? They're knocking that building down. And you know the street that's next door to I'm gonna talk about some local dirt here. Right across from, you know, the street that's between where that Chinese restaurant is. What the heck is it called? Remember, it used to be China Garden or something. This is a Rhode Island thing. You don't give directions and say this. This used to be. You don't give directions and say. You say where it used to be, right? Oh, just burgers and fries. I don't know. Anyway. Here's what I want. Oh, so all of those places are going where that Pizza Hut is. There's a street. They're getting rid of the street, and they're gonna knock down where the Chinese restaurant is. And then you know the next street after that, they're getting rid of that street too. And then it's going beyond that to where that house used to be. Come over here, Paisley. And they're putting all that stuff. But I think Five Guys Burgers is going where Burger King used to be. How do I know this? Sharon's saying, how do you know this? I don't know, Sharon. I'm in the know. I gotta go get Paisley something to chew and busy herself with. So hang on 1 minute while I'm sharing this. If anyone else can get this shared out, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know how I know all this. Sharon is saying that. Are you saying that, Sharon? I don't know, Sharon. Stick with me. I'm in the know. I don't know how I know this, but I do. Something else, too. Is it Panera? I don't know if it's Panera or not. Anyway, you'll have to, like... the street that all of this stuff is going to be built on, in where Sharon and I live, already has, like, everything. Like, you could just drive down the street and you can just go to every fast food restaurant, right? And you can, you know, streets like that, you know, when there's like a main street like that, and you can just like have a few people in the car and everyone gets something different. Hey, good morning, Angela. Who else is here that I missed? Bev said it's been years since I was at a Starbucks. I'm not really a coffee drinker, so that's why I'm not a Starbucks fan. Joyce is watching with us today. Chipotle is good. How about when there used to be another one around here called Cilantro Grill. I don't know if that was a local place or not. And now it's called Baja, I think. I would probably like Chipotle, but I don't know. I'm just not an out-to-eat person anymore. I just stopped. I don't know what happened to me. Okay, so moving on to color. We're always talking about food, right? Alice is saying, here we go again with the food, right? All right, so we're still working on Color Along. Hey, good morning, Lynn. Still working on Color Along Volume 16, and we are working on this page, which is kind of like a frenzy style page. And our topic today is stained glass. And the way it's going to be colored today is we're going to use crayons. I have Crayola crayons. And then I have some olive oil, which is, this is extra virgin olive oil. So it has a little bit of a yellowish tint to it, actually a deeper yellow tint to it than just like a canola oil or a vegetable oil. The brand I'm using today is the 365 brand from Whole Foods. There's something I would like to see on that street. Forget all these fast food restaurants. I'd like to see Whole Foods on that street. Right? The things that make people smile. Sharon's saying that the whole street has just every eatery, every bank, and she's calling it Miserable Spring. It's called Mineral Spring Avenue, and a lot of people do call it Miserable Spring. My dad used to call it that. The reason why people call it that, this is my theory, is that it is, maybe I should do a Facebook Live as I'm driving down Miserable Spring. That would be kind of funny, huh? The reason why I think they call it that is because it has a middle lane, so it's just a 2-lane road, and then when you have to make a left turn, you have to get into the middle lane, which is ridiculous because some people just don't know what to do, so they just kind of straddle it. But it is a congested street, that is for sure. Okay, so moving on to this, I do have a piece of paper behind it, as I always do, and I'm just going to kind of jump in with my crayons. This is a 16-pack of Crayola. I guess this is even more exciting than fast food and food because my crayons are brand new. So that's even better. I'm going to start out with some purple, and we're going to color the whole thing first. And actually, this is called Blue Violet. And then we're going to go over it with a paintbrush, a dry paintbrush without water, dipped in olive oil. You could also be using baby oil. You could use petroleum jelly. You can use any type of, anything that's oily. I've seen people use some type of lotion. I don't know if I would do that. I think that I did think I would just go with something clear. Yes, you're right, Sharon. People they don't use the middle lane, and then the traffic is held up. It is a crazy, it's the strip, right? It's like you cruise the strip. How about this video I saw yesterday? But this wasn't on that street. This was somewhere in, that street is not in Providence. But the one I saw was in Providence. There was this video, it's called ghosting, ghost riding your car. And the person puts the car in drive at a low speed. I don't know how they do this. They must put something on the gas pedal, I guess. And then they get out of the car and they climb on top of it. And it drives down the street with them on top of the car. Have you seen any of this? Anybody seen this? Hey, Heather, how are you, my friend? Hey, Heather's going to be taking a little bit of a break from live color-alongs on Tuesdays. So just wanted to let everybody know about that. So hope you don't mind me saying that, Heather. If something changes, Heather, then just let me know. But I know that we had talked about like the first Tuesday of every month, but Heather's got some things going on, so we're going to take a little bit of a break from my color alongs that Heather was doing, which I thought were wonderful, by the way. Yeah, Heather's not feeling too good, but so we need to send some good juju to Heather, that's for sure. Look at this. This is my hot hand here under the lights. There's too many lights in here with this crayon because it just broke in my hand. I must have been thinking about food, I guess, right? Holding on to it like I didn't want to lose my burger type thing. So I'm thinking I maybe need to try this Five Guys burger. I don't know. I do eat burgers, but I think I'm trying to figure out what I can eat as a vegetarian, to more vegetarian meals. Any vegetarians out there? I hope you get an answer soon, Heather. Boy, I'll tell you, coloring with a short crayon is a totally different experience than coloring with a full-size crayon, don't you think? So I have I have a couple of other things I wanted to show you today. I have my Flamingos coloring book, which was just delivered to me yesterday. I'm excited about that. And I'm surprised no one has commented about the flamingo trivia in the background, the flamingo facts. Has anyone seen that? The back of that book has flamingo facts, like flamingo poop is pink. Did anyone ever know that? I didn't know that till I started creating the book. So I have the flamingo book to flip through. So I thought that would be fun. The other thing I have happening is that I have my coloring handbook volume 3 was submitted to Amazon on Tuesday evening. They're taking a full 72 hours to approve books lately and get them on Amazon. But I didn't realize that Amazon Prime Day is on June 21 and 22. Is that what it is? So in a couple of weeks? I didn't realize that that's when it was happening. Apparently, I got the inside scoop from someone that I know that is an Amazon driver, delivery driver, and I was told that they're not going to just do one. This is what the word on the street is. My other inside scoop, Sharon. They're not just going to do one Amazon Prime Day. Apparently, they're going to do another Amazon Prime Day in October, which they've never done. So usually, I don't know how true this is, but that's the word on the street. I don't know. I did not get it from the same source as I got the Chipotle, Five Guys, Starbucks, what is the other restaurant that's going there? Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. They say that Chick-fil-A is going to create quite a traffic jam. So, back to the food. I've got to help Scarlett with something. Listen, girls. Let's try to get along a little better, okay? Oh, wow, that all comes right off. Okay. I didn't know that. This color I'm using next is blue-green. So, my coloring handbook volume 3, it was finished. I'm excited about it. Another crayon broke. And I'm expecting that it'll be done by tomorrow night. That's my expectation. But I have the pages that I can show you today from my draft. Hey Sherry, good to see you. Yes, Sharon, it is. We're talking about Prime Day. Let me just say this about my book. So I have my folder with all of my printed out pages from the Coloring Handbook Volume 3, and I'll show it to you today because you're an exclusive group, and you get to see that. But they're in black and white, but the book is in full colors. But I will give you the sneak peek. So Prime Day is very exciting, actually. If you are looking to buy something, it is it's exclusive to Prime members. So if you have Prime, you get a lot of deals. Thank you, Lynn. I don't know what number it is. So for example, they have a matter of fact, some of the Prime deals are already happening. Sometimes they'll have a coupon. I cannot control the price of my books for Prime Day, so I don't know what they're going to do. I'm not in control of that, and they don't tell me what they're going to do. So, but there's a lot of cool deals that you can find. So if you're looking to buy something, I'm thinking about buying a new TV because my TV keeps losing sound. And I don't know if it's my cable box or if it's my Netflix connection. I don't know what the story is, but so I started looking, and then I said, wait, I should stop because, thank you, Cherry. Have you sold 10,000 books yet? Angela's asking. No, I have not. I have not, but I do need to go back in and count, but I have not. I definitely have not. I'll go back in and count again and see how close I am. I was pretty close, right? But I don't think so. Because I think I'm like, do you remember how many I said that I needed to sell to get to the 10 grand? I was watching something, looking at something the other day, and there was some coloring book artist that said it said that they sold 3.5 million coloring books. I think it was Thania Mercado. Good for her. If you follow her, she's an incredible artist. She has a lot of tutorials too. Hey Sarah, where have you been? We haven't seen you. I thought I was going to see you the other day when, what were you doing that I thought I was going to see you? Maybe Nola's coming along? Yes, it is, Lynn. You're right. The last year I bought a TV. Lynn knows about this because Lynn bought the same TV. Is it called Fire TV? That's a good TV, actually. And I think I bought a 32-inch. And it was less than $100. And I think they have the same TV. What was it, Lynn? Was it $219 or something? Let me tell you what's good about that TV is the connection and all of the apps that it is able to connect to. Because the TV I have right now is a Samsung that is the one that's kind of losing sound. And I'm going to tell you, there's not a lot of apps to download. So that TV is a deal, that Fire TV. How come I don't see all of the comments here today? Really, Sharon? Maybe you need to refresh. Oh, that is weird. Is anybody else having that problem? Who is this dog that's next to me? Paisley, what do you want to do, honey? I don't have anything else. Nope, my pockets are empty today. That's it, girl. I don't have anything, Paisley. These are crayons. All right, what other color should we put in here? I'm thinking a little bit of pink. Let's see what happens with this color. Really? Oh no, Sarah, are you okay? Yeah, this is carnation pink, but I figured it would be a good contrast. I guess I'll do like a red violet in the every others. I don't see all the comments either. I just check my mouse and notifications. Go back, go out and come back. Bev is telling everybody. That is strange. Wait a minute, let me see something here. All right. How about anybody else? So there's a lot of deals during that Prime Day. So there'll probably be a lot of deals on art supplies too. People wait for this Prime Day. Usually it's in July. So it snuck up on us this time. But apparently they're going to do another one in October. I don't know. That's my inside scoop from the Amazon delivery driver that I know. That's what he told me. That he's working extra hours so that he can get... You don't either? Isn't that weird? Hey, let me try something. Hold on one second. I see... Bev says she sees all. All right, let me see if I can do something here. Because before we started, I did make an adjustment to my page. And I hope I didn't do anything. Tagging enable, allow posts, allow people to contact me. Well, there was a filter that said something about comment blocking or something. Let me see. Is it better? Well, I'm going to read them. So, Sarah is telling us what happened, Sarah. Trying to get back into it. I tested negative for COVID and no fever, but sore throat, cold, headache. Well, I hope you don't have COVID. There's a new strain of COVID in Georgia, isn't there? Isn't that what I saw? The Delta strain? All right, so this is red violet. Did it work, Jean? You know, I felt like Facebook was being a little weird this morning before I started this. It felt like I wasn't seeing comments. Like, I went online and there was a notification from Jean. There was a notification that I saw from you from last night. And then it just stayed there this morning. Like, it was like, just wouldn't go away. And I'm thinking, but I already looked at this. Why is it still there like that? Like, it was like a new notification. It was very weird. And then there was nothing else new coming up. So I don't know. Maybe it's the whole Mercury retrograde thing that's happening right now. You know, when Mercury, the planet, steps in and screws around with all the technology and all the electrical stuff. Even Paisley's grumbling about it over on the left, to the left of me. It's okay, Paisley. Don't be upset about it. That color I just used was red violet, Sarah. And this is carnation pink, and now I'm going to jump in with blue. I'm going to go with blue for this area here. And then we're going to take a dry paintbrush, dip it in my olive oil, and then paint it on, and that will give us our stained glass effect. I don't know what Paisley is growling at. Something. And the heat has lifted in this neighborhood. Anybody else? It's a little bit cooler here today, but I still have the air conditioner on. Change batteries in the mouse. Refresh the page twice. Lynn is now taking her computer apart, and I don't know what else. I found out that doctors and vets are the same, Alice is saying, because everything I go to the doctor, I hear, you're overweight. Oh, I know. Every time I take my dogs to the vet, they say that to me. Except the last vet that my dog saw was a new vet who I really, really liked, because she just told me that Paisley was voluptuous. She didn't tell, or voluptuous. Is it voluptuous or voluptuous? Cleo does not look like she is overweight, Alice. My goodness. Paisley could stand to lose a few pounds. But, you know, it's frustrating. Plus, Paisley is a big, she's big for her breed. Paisley, what are we barking at now? Come over here. Come here. Come here. Come over here with me. Sit down. Sit. You can stay here and you can talk to us while I'm calling, okay? It's only going to be 81. I know. Only going to be, yeah, you could use cocoa butter jelly. I think that would be cool. Yeah, I think it's only going to be like 76 here today. What do you think about that, Paisley? Paisley does not like the heat. She is all about the air conditioning. It's my primary reason for having air conditioning. Yep. But you know when it's so hot that you're just like, it's just so hot. Like, I can't get cool. Yesterday that happened to me, and I was just like, get me in front of the air conditioner. But 81 is pretty cool considering how hot it has been. So let me know what you want to look through first. Should I do a flamingo book? We could do the Flamingo book. I can flip through it. What other book do I have with me? I always have Home Sweet Home. That's one of my favorite books too. Hazel, why don't you lay down, sweetie? Okay, come on, lay down next to your little stuffed toy. Lay down. There you go. And I have the coloring handbook, so we can take a look at the coloring handbook. So the coloring handbook, volume 3. It will only be paperback and PDF, but it will not be on Kindle. Remember, I had have them on Kindle, and they keep telling me I can't do that anymore. So I don't know what the story is, but so many rules, too many rules to follow. Does anybody else feel like there's too many rules to follow? I'm gonna go with orange, light orange for up here, because this was a red orange. And if you notice, I'm coloring in a very heavy pressure, so it's very dark. Does everybody else still not see all the comments? Oh, I wish it was 69 here, Bev. That's how it's been here. Really, really hot and humid. And they are doing outdoor graduations for the schools in the city. At a football stadium, actually at the end of my street. And they've been doing it in the heat, all this heat, like during the middle of the day. They don't even have a tent. Yesterday, the person that was in charge of it, that was organizing it, I guess she was getting a little annoyed with the whole thing, and maybe she was hot, but she was screaming at them. And I would say it's probably, I mean, I don't know how many feet it is away from me. It's pretty far. I can't see it from my house, but I could hear them on the microphone, so it was pretty crazy. Yeah, too many rules, right? I agree with you, Alice. Sharon, do you see everything now? Lynn does. Lynn, what did you do? Did you crawl inside the computer and make an adjustment? Yeah, they're making some changes to Facebook. I do know that. Well, I mean, you can't leave things exactly the way they are, right? You have to make adjustments and make changes. You can't imagine if there was never any change made to anything, what would happen? All right, we need a good color for this top portion. I'm thinking I'm going to go with this green. This is just regular green. I don't know what she's barking at right now. She's really growling though. Let me go up. Hold on a second. What's wrong? All right, let me see. Come here. Okay, I don't know if that was what was going on, but that was weird. You got kicked out, Heather? Oh, now you're back. Okay, good. Lynn says, my high school graduation was outside. It was hot. There were 1,000 in my class. The school was burned down in May, and we voted to have it outside in front of the damage. Oh my goodness. How terrible about the fire. My high school graduation was indoors, but my college graduation was outdoors in 95-degree weather. I remember just sitting there thinking, when is this going to be over? I mean, blazing sun. Why was there not a tent over where the people were? You know, like, why weren't we sitting under a tent? It was very hot. Sarah saying, my high school graduation, 21 years, because they couldn't do, the 20th was last weekend, not enough notice, and then I was sick. Oh no. Does everybody, I haven't been to a high school reunion. Oh, I can't even, I don't know which one I went to. I don't even think they've had them anymore. I remember the last one I went to, though. It was ice cold, and it was, I think about now, if I would go to it now, and my answer would be a big fat no, because it was freezing outside that night. We had an ice storm, and I still went and drove in it, and it wasn't like it was around the corner. Had to drive about 45 minutes to it in complete ice storm. I mean, if that was today, I would say forget it. Let's do it on Zoom. I am not driving in a big storm like that, that's for sure. All right, so I'm just going to use just a regular nylon paintbrush, dip it in, and I'm just going to paint over the crayon. And what it's doing basically is kind of softening it. It's like adding oil to colored pencil. And what the cool part about this is going to do is it is going to make it kind of look like stained glass. Now, the other thing is that most stained glass, or all stained glass, let's do that first actually, has a black line, right? I should have done this before. So you could easily go back in with either a black crayon, or because I want to make sure that these lines are black. I want to go over them with a black crayon. They're already black, but I want to make sure that you can really see them, because stained glass is all about seeing the lead that's between the colors. So I want to be able to see it. Dawn says our high school graduation is graduation outdoors in the local park right next to the lake. When the am I gonna read that they jump in? They do. And then after they get their diplomas and everything's all done, the seniors jump in the lake, and people watch from the boats on the lake. And they started a couple of years ago after I graduated in 1977. I guess that puts a new spin on go jump in a lake, right? Like go fly a kite type thing. I went out again and came back, Jean's saying, and it seems to be working, but I think Facebook isn't working properly. I don't think so either. Lynn says, I did my 20th, the end of 20th reunion and 50th. Both times it was difficult to talk because of the music playing. Oh, was it too loud? Maybe they wanted everyone to just get up and boogie, right? Yeah, I don't think that I'll be going to my 50th. Unless I don't know. Okay, so there's my dark lines. I'll put some dark lines here. Another crayon is going to break. All right, so see just how we had those little dark lines. Okay, Jean, we'll see you soon. Right? Go jump in a lake. Go fly a kite. Let me get Scarlett to come back. Are you girls all set out there? All right, where's this thing? All right, come back over here and lay down. Let's finish. Come on. Go back to your spot. Yeah, something's up today. You know what I'll do? Maybe I don't know. Is this a good day for me to go to flip through that coloring handbook? You can see the video, right? Oh, thank you, Bev. You know, it's funny that you're saying that I have a steady hand, because every time I go to the doctor for thyroid blood work, he always says to me, okay, hold out your hands to see if they're trembling, I guess, is an indication as to whether or not thyroid medication is too strong or not. And every single time they are trembling. And I told him the last time that the only time my hands do that is when I'm in his office. So I told him that it must be him that does it to me. He makes my hands shake. Think something's going on with Facebook, Sharon is telling us. Went out, came back in, refreshed, and it's still the same. I can see the video, not having, Alice isn't having any problems. It's so weird, right? It's got to be a Facebook thing. Well, since everyone can see the video, I'm reading the comments anyway. I think I'm seeing all of them. How do you know if you're not seeing them? If you can't see what you can't see, right? It's like, how do you know you can't hear something if you don't know if you can't hear what you can't hear? Did you ever wonder that? It's like, does the tree in the forest make a noise? Right, Lynn? How do you know? Makes you wonder. All right, so this is my last piece right here, just that bottom section. And then I need to do, I don't know why I didn't do this already, my red orange. All right, so I'm going to flip through. I'm having issues with sounds, Angela's saying. That's because the Angela is so far away. I'll stick my head out the window, Angela, and see if you can hear me all the way in Australia. I'm going to, I know we all have that FOMO, isn't it? I never really knew what that meant until you guys told me about it. FOMO. I thought it was some sort of art supply. FOMO. All right. This is stained glass. I would just leave it open I'm going to leave it open like this so it can dry. But what you'll be able to do is once it dries, you can kind of see behind. Oh, I don't know. No, we don't. Well, a lot of us are on the East Coast, right? A lot of us are on the eastern part of the United States. I could probably tell you where everybody is. So you can see the oil that's going through the back of it. So once it's dry, you can actually kind of frame this and then hang it in a window. I'll hang it in the window, Angela, while I scream out and say hello to you. Angela's in Australia, so I don't think that she's going to be able to hear me. All right, so I've got the coloring handbook. Let me see if I can get my my notes organized here. So when I create the coloring handbook, here's my table of contents. I print it all out as a black and white version so that I can assemble it. Fear of missing out, FOMO, fear of missing out is what it is. So I basically put it all together in this crazy format. I'm gonna put this table of contents in here because that's where that goes. All right. Okay. So I don't have the cover of the book printed, but you get the gist. The cover of the book is here. Okay. So, oh, here's the cover. No, here it is. Well, this is the back of the book. Coloring handbook. So this is kind of our first page into the book. And these are all of the things that are in this book, volume 3. These are the tutorials that are in here. There's tutorials in this book. There are coloring techniques, tutorials, worksheets, and oh, I'm so happy you enjoyed it, Sherry. Hopefully we'll see you soon. And creativity articles. And there's also some creativity challenges or exercises that are in here. So you know what? Something is wrong here. Yeah, this is the wrong thing. This is going to say exercises. It says it on the yeah, the leaf blower man has not been around much, Alice. He had a heart attack, leaf blower man. So I don't know what is going to be happening. Hey, Bonnie. All right, so let's talk about what's in this book. Highlighters and colored pencils, blending with markers, contrasting colors. There's a page that has to do with framing, a coloring page. Now, remember, this book is the coloring handbook. And the reason why it's called that is because it is really just something to refer back to as a handbook with some information about different topics. It's not a step-by-step book. It is not a step-by-step tutorial book, like this is exactly how you do this. This is something that I put together. Volume 1 and 2 are also the same, that you will go in and refer back to and you can apply it to many different things. So it is really not anything that is like completely step-by-step, you know? So, marbleizing, sepia, bokeh backgrounds is on another one. Then cool and warm and neutral colors, I have kind of a color sheet for you. Coloring with coffee and tea, that's a new one. Information about erasers, because a lot of people ask that question about erasers. The speckling technique. Colored pencil strokes is another one. There's grayscale illustration, and then there's information about the color wheel. And then there's 4 creativity exercises that are in this book, and we'll take a look at those. There's 4 different articles that are in the book. One of them talks about the mandala, and then the next 3, finding your creative style, colorist therapy, and using art to heal. There's glossary of terms and resources for art supplies, and then I see a typo right there, actually. And then coloring pages, technique, practice worksheets, and complementary colors, and also swatch charts. I do see a typo, though. Oh, I hate when that happens. Information about the author. It goes through here with all of the, this is basically the table of contents. It has every page that's listed. And then, I mean, again, this is my black and white version. There's a color wheel, and then there's a color wheel worksheet. See if I can flip these the right way. A list of coloring supplies, and there's a little bit of differences, in the final version of this, because, for instance, there's a photograph here. Cool, warm, and neutral colors is on that one. Another page about complementary colors, and then a color palette worksheet, which I thought was kind of cool, and it has some different coloring pages in miniature versions. This book also has 24 full-size coloring pages at the end. And then a page about contrasting colors, tips and tricks, things like be careful of lead breakage and avoid dropping your colored pencils, or be sure to color in a well-lit area. So little things like that, little tips and tricks about coloring in general. Page about erasers, talking about the 6 different types of erasers, how to frame a coloring page. And then there's pages like this. There's this one is highlighters and colored pencils, and then here is the techniques exercise about the worksheet to use. Same thing with blending with markers. And I tried to, rather than just put rectangles or squares in the worksheets, I tried to use actual illustrations. So for instance, these bookmarks, or in the speckling practice worksheet, I used illustrations from little boxes, coloring book, like that type of thing. And then colored pencil strokes, again, this one has a combination of stippling of the boxes to go over each technique in each stroke, along with a few different little illustrations. But again, there's still 24 pages to color at the end of this book, 24 full-size pages. Coloring with coffee and tea. We've never done this during a color along, but we'll be doing this one soon in a color along. Again, here is the information. It tells you what types of things you can actually use, and here is the worksheet that you can work on. Bokeh backgrounds, that's kind of cool, and this, of course, is much better explained when you see this in full color. Black and white is not doing this justice. Grayscale illustration, I know this was in the last volume, but I felt like it should be in this volume too for some reason. Sepia, again, look at this, practice coloring sepia in the tiny houses in this worksheet. So that'll give you a lot to color. Again, this has totally different when it has the full color version. Marbleizing, again, the description worksheet. And then here are the different articles. Coloring is therapy, the mandala, finding your creative style, using art to heal, and then some creativity exercises with some different types of coloring pages. Is the coloring with tea with the tea bag? Yes, it is. You can use this, you can use the tea bag. You can use a bag of tea. You don't have to use loose tea. Creativity exercise of 25 shades of gray, 100 colors coloring challenge, some resources, a glossary of terms that are basically what you find throughout this book, just kind of the highlights, notes, and then the rest of the book are just coloring pages, so I don't have those printed out. But that is what is happening with the coloring handbook. So stay tuned for that, because it will be available on Amazon. I'm hoping this weekend. At least I'm hoping it'll be available by the time we get to Prime Day. It should definitely be available this weekend. I don't see a reason why. I'm sure I'm going to have to go in and fix my little typo on the I of supplies. Oh, I hate when that happens, you know? That was a little different. We did the tea with when we tea stained the page, Sarah. But coloring with coffee and tea is actually painting, using that to actually fill in the spaces. So I have my Flamingos coloring book with me today, and I just thought I'd do a quick flip through of this book. What's cool about this book is at the back of it. Thank you, Sharon. I hope it'll be available tomorrow night. I mean, or today even. I mean, I don't know. It should be. I wish it was ready now. Let's see if it is now. I'll see if it's ready now. That would be crazy. No, just 1 and 2 are on there right now. Let me just double check one more thing. I know our Schwerfarben has flamingo pink too. Yeah, it's not ready yet, but I will definitely keep everyone posted. This book has this fun facts about flamingos that I added to it. Flamingo chicks are born with gray feathers. Flamingos' wingspan range 3 to 5 feet. I couldn't even believe that one. Flamingos hold one leg up to keep warm. Interesting. Next time you're cold, maybe you should try holding one leg up. Some flamingos sleep standing up. Well, I can fall asleep sitting up, so. The lifespan of a flamingo is 40 to 60 years. That's amazing. Why isn't a dog 40 to 60 years, you know? Or a cat. Flamingo poop is pink. Flamingos' legs can be easily broken. Well, I would imagine. A flock of flamingos is called a flamboyance. Flamingos are monogamous. Interesting. Plastic flamingos were invented by Don Featherstone. Pretty popular, right? I've been seeing some metal yard flamingos though. I think I like those better. So we'll just do a flip through of this book. These flamingos, I went ahead, bought 2 packages of 3 replacements for that book. What do you mean? You bought the flamingo pink? You can buy a replacement color? I'm so confused, Sarah. Anyway, this book has flamingos in different settings. You didn't see this one, Bev? Flamingos with kind of like going underneath a little bridge. Here's one standing in front of a fence. Look, she's wearing pearls. They're both wearing pearls. So there's subtle little things that you kind of see throughout the book. Windmill. This one's one of my favorites with the cattails. This one, and there's another one with cattails. It's one of my favorites. Here's one with the house on the hill. There was some weird noise outside my window right now. Oh, I didn't know you could buy the extra pencils. Interesting, Sarah. This one, look, he's wearing I don't know, it looks like a crown, I guess, and a hat. This is Old Man Flamingo. With a bird bath and some flowers with some bird houses, and just kind of like in front of this house with this wall with these tulips. Another one with kind of a crazy house and some flowers. This is also one of my favorites. I don't know why, but I really like that house. And I always think this, how could this bird get into this house? But the Bird House Press is watching. Hey, how are you, my friends? I've been seeing a Bird House Press Facebook page popping in my feed. And I would love to hear what you guys do. Is it House on Haunted Hill? No, it can't be. Yes, I did draw that live. You're right, Bev. A beach scene with the, you do need this book, Angela. You said it. And now it's available in Australia. We have because Amazon's in Australia now. Isn't that exciting? Here's another one with the little flamingo flag hanging off the house. This was a lot of fun to draw. And I would never have done this book without my sister saying to me, you should do a flamingo book. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, you should definitely do a flamingo book. Here's another one with Little Houses on the Hill. Same thing, which this is two more, another copy of these. So 24 pages to color in this book, and there's 2 copies of each page. So the next time we meet for a color along is next Thursday, and let's see what we're going to be doing next Thursday, because I put this book up here. I didn't want to get any oil on anything. Oh, I love pointillism. It's one of my favorites. We'll probably use markers for this one. So we'll be working on another page next Thursday for the pointillism style, and hopefully everyone can join me next Thursday at 10 a.m. and hopefully Facebook will be working better by then. So fix yourself, Facebook. We're getting a little annoyed. So thanks so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you have a great day and stay cool, and I will see everyone next week. Thanks so much.